Nvidia versus Oracle both offer some absolutely incredible premiums for the wheel strategy, but which one is the safer play? In today's video, we're going to talk about it. Yo, what's going on, premium chasers? I hope you're having an absolutely God-blessed day. Do me the biggest favor, hit that like button and that subscribe button. It really helps this channel grow, especially if you want to see more content just like this. So guys, today we're talking about Oracle and Nvidia. We have seen a big sell-off in the AI space this past week, especially after Oracle earnings. We saw them drop down nearly over 10%, right? So which one is creating good opportunities? We're seeing across the board a fairly large AI sell-off, right? And that creates for us option sellers a lot of opportunity. So let's go over the shoulder and talk about Oracle first. So as we saw, they had in the they had a rough earnings, to say the least. Obviously, this is the first company that we are really seeing get punished for the amount of money that they are investing in AI. Now, this is just part of the game, right? This is part of the game, and obviously it has investors worried. So we saw a big drop on Oracle here, and we could see if we even just look back on the 6-month chart, the last time that we've seen Oracle at these levels was really just about 6 months ago. Really, yeah, just about exactly around that 6-month time frame where we were around that, let's just say 190-ish level. Now, what do we do about this, right? We have this information. We obviously see, I have a couple indicators. If you guys see here, I usually like to work off a 6-month chart, just because any puts that I'm selling or running the wheel strategy on, I am a long-term investor, okay? I'm totally fine holding stocks that I sell options on. That's the way what I live by. But we have a couple key indicators on here. Obviously, you guys see my Bollinger Bands here, right? That basically tells us a rough estimate of where a stock is likely to trade in, but it's a fugazi, right? Nobody really knows. Now, obviously, the bands on Oracle are just absolutely massive, and we could see that it hasn't even dropped below its bottom Bollinger Band yet, right? We're at 189, right? Just to say 190 right here. And you can see the bottom of the band is 182, but we are real close to that. However, we did drop below some key moving averages on Oracle here. Very, very important, right? We have our 300-day moving average of 200. We have our 200-day moving average of 224. We have dropped below these, and we have stayed below these. So what does that matter? What does it matter, right? Well, it matters because we want to see what happens this coming week with Oracle. So if I'm planning to sell puts on Oracle, I'm going to allow 1 or 2 more trading days to see how we use especially this 300-day moving average as a resistance. Are we not really able to kind of get back over that? Are we now going to start maybe even using it as a really just a resistance level, right? So for me, that's where I'm watching. Either way though, right? The puts on Nvidia, right? It is still a fantastic setup. We are trading at the bottom of the Bollinger Band area, and most importantly, the RSI. We are very oversold here. So if you don't know what the RSI is, it basically means how overbought or oversold a company is. And you can see we are at a 31 on the RSI. That means a lot of people are selling off the stock. When a lot of people are selling off the stock, we know what happens. The stock starts plummeting down, right? And that is what we're seeing here on Oracle. Now, us as option sellers, we have to make a decision, right? We have to make the decision is, hey, do we actually still believe in this company? Do we actually want to sell puts on this and own it at a deeper discount, right? So, in my opinion, personally, if I was buying Oracle here in like the 300s, I would surely be selling puts on this way down that we have had here. Of course I would be, right? Because that is a way of dollar cost averaging, right? Selling puts, if you get a sign, is a form of dollar cost averaging into your positions while you are paid and then paid premium. And then obviously if we flip it and then sell calls, right? We are collecting covered call premiums. But with that said, when we look at the Bollinger Band, over time, we usually trade within them, right? If we dip below them, like right around this time frame in 2025, we were in roughly that September Friday time frame. We dipped below, right? Obviously, right here, and that was like the 220-ish level right here. And then obviously we kind of bounced right off that, but we usually kind of stay within those band areas. Now we could see, Oracle has been on a very big downtrend, really the past couple months, okay? And nobody knows where this thing is going to go. Nobody knows where it's going to drop to. But the one thing we can do, right, is use key averages, right? For me, again, I always like to be around those 200 and 300-day moving averages, if not below them as much as I can, while also having a good ROI on my collateral. How do I decide that? Well, let's bring up this options chain right here, right? So right here, I have a simple options chain. And we have our Oracle right here. I usually like to personally go 30 to 45 days out. That's what I like to do. And especially since we have a dividend coming up, I want to hold through that X dividend date so I collect that dividend. Okay. Now, obviously, it's not that huge, but still, I want to collect the dividend if I can. And that's perfectly fine by me because, right, January 9th is just under 30 days away, and January 16th is just about 30 days away. So I'll click into both of these chains. Now, of course, you could do weeklies, right? You guys know I like doing weeklies on like SoFi and stuff, but in my personal opinion, usually I stick to the monthlies just for my lifestyle purposes. I am not a full-time trader, nor do I want to be. So I'm just going to click over to the puts, and then let's go take a look at a couple of strikes. All right. So I'm looking at deltas around 20, right? Again, if I'm going to hold Oracle, right, I want to be paid a decent premium for taking on that risk. So we can see this 18 delta right here. This is January 9th. So it's 18 delta, call it 20 for simple math, 20% chance of assignment, right? What are we getting here? We got 170 put, 170 strike, collecting $235 in premium. Absolute insanity. Let me put that into my premium cash secured put calculator. If you want my calculators, it's all free. Attend the Ark Options Strategy workshop. First link in the description of today's video. You will be able to get my trade logs here completely for free. You need to track your trade and cannot stress it enough. Your broker ain't doing it right. Plus my 2 premium calculators. That'll be the first link. And plus you'll get a free 90-minute trading on the Ark Option Strategy, which takes all this stuff to the next level, in my opinion. So what is the trade looking at? We got about 20 delta, right? 18 delta, right? We're collecting $235 of premium. Obviously not financial advice. Results vary. Go do your own research on this stuff. It's just the premiums I'm seeing on my screen, right? And right here, I got a $17,000 that I'm locking up for just under that 30-day time frame, and I'm getting about a 1.38% return. Is it good? Is it bad? That's going to be, you have to assess those risks for yourself and kind of where you're at. For me personally, I would go looking a little bit higher. I'd be going looking at like the 180s, right? And again, I'd be really paying attention to what happens on Monday. But let's scroll down a little bit to the 134 days out, right? That's because this 27 is fine, but I'd rather go a little bit further out. Give myself some breathing room here, right? So I'm going to look at the 170s here. Here, look at my return here, right? I got hit in the nail on the head with the 20 delta here now, 80% chance of expiring worthless. I'm collecting $308 right in the middle between the bid and the ask. So I'm collecting $308. Now for me, that would be a much nicer trade in my personal opinion. How am I getting that return? That is simply the premium that you're collecting divided by the collateral that you're locking up. Remember, every contract is 100 shares, so you better have that money. Everything I do is cash covered or covered with shares or covered with cash. Cannot stress it enough. Don't put yourself in weird margin situations where you're gonna hurt yourself financially. So I'm locking up that $17,000 here, right, for getting up just about under that 2% return in a 34-day period. I like it. It's not bad. And the 170s, when I'm really looking at my strikes, obviously I'm looking at when was the last time that was really at those levels. Like when was the last time that we saw, right? When's the last time that we saw this thing at this like 170ish level? And it has been, not too long, around the June time frame. So it's kind of wild, the wild run that this thing has had. But you gotta weigh those risks for yourself. You gotta weigh those risks for yourself. But for me, if I was gonna do this trade from just quickly showing you here, this would be a level that I'd be comfortable getting assigned because I do believe we have a lot of support at that 170. I think we're gonna have a lot of support at the I thought we would at the when it started dropping. I really thought we were going to see a lot more support at the 300-day moving average. That just shows you you really know there's all the technical analysis is all a fugaz, guys. It's all a fugaz. You can make anything up, and on YouTube can say, oh yeah, this is a support. It doesn't matter. It's all about what the market is, and the fundamental analysis is way more important than the technical analysis. I know we all like to do the technical analysis. We got a cool chart and stuff like that, but it don't matter. The fundamentals of the company are way more important than the technical analysis stuff that you're seeing for your setups. Now, with that said, I do believe in Oracle. I believe in this company. I believe in the AI space. I'm very, very bullish on the AI space. I think a lot of companies are going to get burned a little bit because they have to invest. R&D, guys, it ain't cheap, right? They're going to be investing a ton in AI, right? Of course they are, right? But that's the price of innovation, right? And I think long term, those are going to pay off extremely well for these companies. I don't think these companies are dumb. They are not. These are the most valuable assets in the entire world. They know what they're doing. Okay, so with that said, let's go take a look at Nvidia here. Okay, Nvidia, Also down about a little over 3% here on Friday, and off of all-time highs of around 210-ish level here, right? And working towards our bottom Bollinger Band, and we have dipped into overbought or oversold territory. However, let's take a look at this, right? Because this chart looks a little bit different. Let's go 6 months on the chart, right? And you could see, right, we're trading at 175 right now, right? At bottom Bollinger Band at 170. Obviously, we are oversold a bit here, but take a look at this. Look at our 200-day moving average and our 300-day moving average. 200-day being 165, 300-day being 149, okay? So we are trading above, well above those averages right there. Now, with that said, obviously Nvidia supplies pretty much everybody with these chips, right? It is, I believe it is the most valuable company in the world, right? So right now, like, let's go take a look at the chain. Let's go see actually what kind of premiums we're actually able to collect on Nvidia here. So I'm going to use the same expiration dates that we had before, are January 9th. Now, when I'm looking at my puts, again, I'm going to quickly look at the delta and scan for delta around 20. So the 160s, right? So I see the 160. I'm getting about a 20 delta right here, so 20% chance of being assigned. And I'm collecting $228 on 160. So let's quickly toss this into our calculator here. So I'm locking up $16,000. I'm locking up $16,000 because $160 a share times 100. Obviously, you're locking that cash up, and I'm collecting $228, right? And I'm getting just under a 1.5% return. For me, I personally wouldn't take that trade, right? So in that case, I'm going to go out a little bit further. Obviously, the further out we go, you know, you're going to get a little bit more of a better premium. So looking at that delta range here, let me open up a few more strikes. Hopefully, it shows me. I know I'm doing this out off of the not outside of market hours, but let's see what we got. 160s, right? 296, just around the 21 delta. That's fine by me. I mean, we could even do the 158s if we wanted to, but let's take a look at the 160s, which gives us at our 21. So we're locking up $16,000 for that, obviously, and we're collecting $296. So just around $300 of premium, and gets us right under that 2% return on our collateral. Okay, now at the end of the day, which one is better, right? Well, they both have their risks. Me personally, if I had to take the trade right now, like, yo, Pete, you got to pick one. Pick one. Which one are you going to take, right? If I had to pick right now, if I was going to sell a 160 put on Nvidia, or if I was going to do the 170 put on Oracle, I would do Oracle. I would take Oracle in this situation. Why would I take Oracle? Well, number one, I believe in the fundamentals of both of these companies, right? I do think they have both fundamentally strong companies. But with that said, I take it a step further after the fundamentals, and I go and look at the technicals. And what are the technicals telling me? Well, the technicals are telling me that Nvidia is trading above its 200 and 300-day moving averages. It's not as oversold as Oracle is being, right? It's not that far off of its all-time highs, but when I compare it to Oracle's chart, is a much better setup, especially if I end up getting assigned and having that belief that Oracle will reach all-time highs again. Guys, if you want my calculators, you want my trade logs, attend the Ark Options Strategy workshop. Click the first link down below in the description of today's video. It's going to walk you through this entire strategy, perfect for you if you're just getting started with the wheel strategy and you want to take it to the next level, or if you are just a beginner. I break it down in plain English like I do everything here, because I don't think you need to go, get a finance degree to do this strategy for yourself. I believe this can fit into anybody's lifestyle as long as they're able to commit about an hour a week to it. So click that first link in the description of today's video. At the end, I will give you all of these resources completely for free, no strings attached, guys. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.